the best out of 5 will win the national title. You have Bertie's BNC Hub City Glass out of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, the East champions, and the C-Town American Funding Red Rock DSSBats team out of Boise, Idaho, with the West championship. Coming together, battle it out, and it's C-Town at the plate. They are the visitors. 1 out already at first base. The leadoff batter, Ryan Barabi.
Grounding out to the shortstop for Bertie's BNC should be Chad Riggs. Nice little play.
Big rip to left field, but it's way foul.
John Orm, the shortstop, is really taking a cut at these pitches. He's already on an 0-2 hole here. Doesn't need to hit a foul ball, but really taking a shot here. That one's hit deep to left field. It looks like it could be. It's gone. It's on the hill. So John Orem, with 1 out, hitting a solo shot to left field. No doubt about it. So give C-Town a 1-0 lead.
That's the first home run hit by C-Town. 4 home runs allowed in the ball games for Class B before they become outs. Earlier this afternoon, C-Town defeated the Elizabethtown, Kentucky team with a score of 17-5, a run rule after 5 innings. And that time, we will have out number 2.
There's a deep shot hit by Mike Bolin, the center fielder, too. The center fielder for Bert's BNC, Chris Lane. He got underneath it in plenty of time, able to record the second out. Up to bat now will be number 25, the catcher, Dan Van Dazzle. A little deep for ball 1. It's a shot to left field. It's back, and they watch it as it hits the Powerade sign for another home run. So C-Town using their 2 home runs early with no one on, 2 solo shots. But they are runs, so Dan Van Dazzle with the second home run of the inning to make the score C-Town 2, Bertie's BNC 0.
Again, this is a little different than Class C ball where they only have 2 home runs. Class B, they have 4, so they're halfway through them.
Right back to the pitcher. And number 3, Sam Lopez, doesn't even try to run to first as they record the third out. So after the first, or after half of the first, C-Town 2, Bertie's BNC nothing. We'll be back in 30.
Get on up and get on down to Hooters, the place to be for chicken wings. Come grab a beer, the game's on here, and the girl next door, good friends and more. If you can't stop by, get our wings to fly. Hooters makes you happy. Right down the street, it's your neighborhood retreat. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
And we're back here at the Hall of Fame Stadium. Another pitcher sporting a mask for Bertie's BNC, Hub City, and Mikan. Big high pitches in the warm-ups, trying to get that arm warm.
A lot of these pitchers, I wouldn't be surprised as we get to the higher levels. And even the first baseman wearing a mask with some of the shots that they're hitting back at him. You're sitting 60 feet away. You've got no time for reaction with some of these gentlemen hitting it at laser speed back at you. So the mask, a precautionary method, but a very good one at that, as C-Town huddles up around the pitcher's mound. They also use the middle infielder, which will be number 2,
Chris Breer.
Chris Breer. Leading
Pitcher.
off for the Birdies, Micah Five-Ash, the DH, number 41.
Switching out between him and Richard Price. They both play catcher and designate hitter. So he played catcher here in the first inning. Will probably be substituted later on, but will bat in that same spot. It's Brent Newbill, the pitcher for Seatown.
It's a line drive in the gap to right center. Center fielder is able to cut it off and keep Five-Ash at the first base. That'll bring up Troy Autry, number 25. Troy Autry's brother played in our game right before this. Hit a home run, but in Class C, any home runs after 2 is an out. And his was an out. This one's hit high and deep to center field. No doubt about it, as center fielder's staring over the center field fence. That'll be a 2-run shot by Troy Autry. With no outs, that'll tie the game at 2.
So a good rip there for Troy Autry, running the homers in the family.
Also to dead center. That's a deep shot right there. Now up to bat, number 15, Damon Thomas, the third baseman. A little bit deep for ball 1. Count at 1-1 with the strike. Likes this one, takes a cut. That's a high fly ball to deep right center field. Back at the wall. And that's just warning track power there for Damon Thomas as center fielder for Seatown, Mike Boland was able to catch that at the wall.
Yeah, it was a nice follow there by both the center fielder and the right fielder. Getting over there, getting underneath it, Ryan Barbie, along with Mike Boland, sitting under that high pop fly, waiting for it to come down, and they make the catch for the first out.
So with 1 out, left fielder, number 26, Chad Daniels, hits a shot to the shortstop. No problem there for shortstop John Orem, who hit a home run in the first inning. And that'll bring up Fred Ditto with 2 outs. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Back up the middle infielder all over it. Throws him out. And that'll be the third out. So after a full inning, the game is tied at 2, Seatown 2, Bertie's B&C 2. We'll be back in a moment.
Get on up and get on down to Hooters, place to be for chicken wings. Come grab a beer, the game's on here, and the girl next door, good friends and more. If you can't stop by, get our wings to fly. Hooters makes you happy. Right down the street, it's your neighborhood retreat. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
Hooters, a sponsor of this ASA National Championship Tournament.
And I got to say, Hooters is doing quite the good job because as we sit up here in the press box, they've supplied us with some fantastic burgers, hot wings, coleslaw, you name it. We've probably got it up here. Hooters, terrific sponsor for today's ASA National Championship softball event. Now up to bat for Seatown, number 15, Brant Newbill, the pitcher.
Going Gonna watch him go by, but that one was a strike. He's got a 1-1 count. Pitcher for Hub City Glass, number 99, Elton Caffey, known as Porky, and he wanted to give a shout out to his friends in the 270 in Edmonton, Kentucky.
That'll make it a full count at 3-2. Newbill takes a cut, line drive. Second baseman for Birdies, Fred Ditto, not able to make the grab. And it goes all the way to the wall as Brant Newbill, the pitcher, able to leg out a triple there. And that'll bring up number 13, the left fielder, Brian Fong, the left fielder. Right down the pipe for strike one. Second pitch, the exact same as the first for strike two. Trying to get him chase it on the inside. Ball one. Pulls it. Shortstop able to keep the pitcher Newbill at third and throw out Fong at first to his fellow first baseman, Chris Haushaw. That'll bring up the DH, number 4, Kerry Doran. He watches one go right down the middle for strike one. Likes this one, turns on it. Third baseman able to grab it. First baseman with a great scoop. A sacrifice there as a run comes home, which makes the score now C-Town 3, Birdies B&C 2. So with 2 outs, the second baseman, John Molina, up to the bat. The count now 2-0. Goes the opposite way to right field. The right fielder for Birdies, Wally Maybrier, able to track that one down. A single for John Molina. So with 2 outs, top of the second, that'll bring up number 34, the first baseman, Chris Haushaw. It's a bit inside for ball one. Haushaw turns on that one to third base. Over to the middle infielder, Kylie Vaughn. So third baseman DeMond Thomas to Kylie Vaughn for the third out. But C-Town adds a run. So after 1.5, C-Town 3, Birdies B&C 2. Birdies coming up to bat in 30.
I started playing ASA when I was 12 years old. ASA gave, I think, all of us an avenue to play growing up and gave us places to excel. Lots of games, the best competition, great coaching. So it's kind of been an avenue for all of us to grow as players.
And giving me the chance to prepare at a high level.
ASA was crucial in my career as far as building myself as an athlete, and I think my teammates also.
Get your start in a sport that lasts a lifetime. Play ASA.
So C-Town in the second gets a run on 2 hits. And now Birdies B&C up to bat, number 23, the catcher, Richard Price. Looks at a strike. One was just a little too high for a ball. No doubt about it. Left fielder just having a trot as this one is deep and gone. Richard Price, the catcher, with a solo shot to left center field that had to have been about 350 to 360 feet away. That'll tie the game at 3. No outs. And number 44, the right fielder, Wally Maybrier, up to bat. Came across there, a little bit inside for ball 1. Maybrier staring that one down for a strike. Likes this one. Back up the middle. That's going to be a single. Fielded by Seatown center fielder Mike Bolin, keeping Maybrier at first.
Bring up number 34, Chris Lane, the center fielder for Birdies. Nice rip on the right side. Goes through the glove of second baseman number 1, John Molina. Slow to get the ball in, and we're going to have a run come across. Wally Maybrier came all the way around from first base to home plate, bringing in another run for Birdies. B&C Hub City Glass Mikan. All the sponsors of this team. First year this team has actually been together. Used to be 3 different teams, and that's where all their sponsors come from, and they combined into one power team. Again, with this being their first year playing together, had some struggles. They've played in 12 tournaments, and the only one they've won is the one in Orlando, giving them the Class B East National Championship title, allowing them to come and play here. Lunging rip by number 2, Kylie Vaughn. And Vaughn will hold up at first base. Now we've got the big man, Elton Caffey, whom they call Porky. Number 99, the pitcher. Takes the ball on the first pitch. Looked at the second one, and it's going to be ball 2. Deep for ball 3. 2 runners on. There's a strike. 3-1 the count. Time is called. Make sure the on-deck batter gets in his designated area. Strike 2. It's a full count. Porky swings on it, and it's caught by the shortstop. Making that play is number 12, John Oram for Seatown. The diving catch. Brings up the lefty. Lead off, number 41, Micah Fivish. Rip to the middle infielder who tags second, throws it to first base, and that's going to be a double play to end out the second inning. 2 innings down, it's 3-5. Birdies lead Seatown as we go into the top of the third right after this break.
I started playing ASA when I was 12 years old. ASA gave, I think, all of us an avenue to play growing up and gave us places to excel. Lots of games, the best competition, great coaching. So it's kind of been an avenue for all of us to grow as players.
And giving me the chance to prepare at a high level.
ASA was crucial in my career as far as building myself as an athlete, and I think my teammates also.
Get your start in a sport that lasts a lifetime. Play ASA.
Back at Hall of Fame Stadium at the ASA Hall of Fame Park. Getting ready for the top of the third inning. Seatown coming up to bat, down by 2.
We're going to have the middle infielder, Chris Breer, up to bat. This will be his first at-bat here in the top of the third. Once again, as Brian said, Seatown down 5-3, having only hit 2 of their allotted 4 home runs. They're going to call that one a strike.
Ripped down the left field line.
So Breer with 2 strikes on him. Wanting to keep this one in fair play. Wouldn't be surprised if to see pitcher Zelton Caffey put a little bit of inside on it, as he does, to make the count 2-1, see if he can get him chasing one. Drilled to left field. Left fielder backing up.
Nice snow cone catch by Brian Fong, number 13, the left fielder for, that's Seatown's the ones that bat. The left fielder is Chad Daniels for Bertie's B&C.
And that'll bring up the lead hitter, or the lead batter, Ryan Barobe, the right fielder. 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out to the shortstop in the first inning.
Line drive to right field, and he's going to easily take second. He'll round and head for third as the ball comes in. He's going to get down, but the ball is overthrown. He'll tag and come in home after the ball went over the third baseman, and that's going to be an in-the-park home run. A line drive shot on the ground past the second baseman, rounds all the way, and after that error, he'll cross the plate and add another point to Seatown's total.
And Wally Maybrier right there needs to just hit his cutoff man, let him take his triple that he's got, and just save the run. Try to let your defense, with 1 out, try to get a pop out or a ground out.
So the leadoff hitter gets the home run, bringing up shortstop John Oram.
Line drive down the left field line. Left fielder Chad Daniels in pursuit, but not enough time as John Oram, the shortstop, able to leg out a double there. And that'll bring up number 10, the center fielder, Mike Bolin. Mike Bolin flied out to right center last inning. And it looks as though John Oram, when he got to second, he's a little hobbled up right now, trying to walk something out.
Kind of stretch that muscle out. And the official will say that it's time to play ball. Bolin in the box, takes the first pitch, which is going to be called a strike. Swings at the second one. It's hit out to right field. Is it over the wall? It's going to be caught by the right fielder.
Maybrier with a nice catch running back. Oram tagging from second, getting to third base, but with 2 outs in the top of the third. Seatown still down 5-4. That was a nice shot by Bolin. Maybrier had the sun in his eyes, was still able to track the ball down at in the warning track.
And John Orem is still holding that knee as he came around. It looked like it was more the knee that he was taking care of when he stopped at third. Dan Van Dale at the plate.
A little bit inside. Caffey was trying to get him to chase that pitch there.
We're going to have a 3-0 count. And Van Dale's going to scoot up on the plate.
When you crowd the plate like that, it looks like an inside pitch, but he was pretty much hovering over the plate there. That'll put the count at 3-1.
Another one over the plate. Full count now.
They're saying his foot was not on the rubber. Therefore, giving the base to number 25, the catcher, Dan Van Dale.
Having a little discussion with the pitcher there, Elton Caffey.
Elton Caffey not too happy about things as he thought he was on the rubber. And obviously, the umps being swayed by Seatown's managers.
Now, I think the officials might have a call for unsportsmanlike conduct if they have such a thing here, as the pitcher was intentionally slamming his foot down on the rubber while staring at the official, letting him know that he had his foot on it.
That's going to be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So,
and an automatic first down.
Definitely. It's not something they need with 2 men on right now. Here comes the pitch. It's a deep line drive, but left fielder all over it. That'll be the third out of the inning. So with 2 men on, Seatown not able to capitalize as left fielder for the Birdies. Chad Daniels able to make that catch. So Birdies B and C will be up at the bottom of the third with the 5-4 lead. You're watching ASA softball.
I started playing ASA when I was 12 years old. ASA gave, I think, all of us an avenue to play growing up and gave us places to excel. Lots of games, the best competition, great coaching. So it's kind of been an avenue for all of us to grow as players.
And giving me the chance to prepare at a high level.
ASA was crucial in my career as far as building myself as an athlete, and I think my teammates also.
Get your start in a sport that lasts a lifetime. Play ASA.
Bottom of the third inning now. So we're just below the tip of the lineup at number 2, the first baseman Troy Autry. Autry with a rip down left field over the third baseman. It hit his glove. Went through it, and Autry's going to come around and slide into third as the left fielder had some problems handling it out there at the warning track. So Autry with the triple brings up Demon Thomas. That's a foul ball in right field territory. Has his hips turned towards the left field line, but every time the pitch comes, he turns it over to the right. Turns it to right field. It's going to be picked up off the bounce by the right fielder. That's going to be Ryan Barabi. He'll toss it in as Troy Autry comes across the plate. And Damon Thomas will be held up at 1.
Next up to bat will be number 26, the left fielder, Chad Daniels. Likes what he sees. That's going deep to right center. Off the wall, Damon Thomas heading to third. Chad Daniels stopping at second. So with no outs and 1 run already in, Fred Ditto, the second baseman, is coming up to bat with runners on second and third in scoring position. Fred Ditto last inning grounded out to the middle infielder up the middle. To end the inning. Hits a shot in between short and third. Chad Daniels showing his speed there, going from second to home. That's a 2-run RBI for Fred Ditto as he hits a shot to left field.
Yeah, 2-run RBI as the Bertie's BNC players around the bases, showing their speed coming across that plate there as we bring up the next batter as he drops one down to second base. And after the fumble of the ball there, they will both be safe at first and second.
And right there, second baseman John Molina probably should have made that catch. I don't know if they could have turned 2 on it, but at the same time, at least they get an out on the board and get a runner off of the base pass right now.
It was Richard Price with that hit. Brings up Wally Maybrier now to the plate.
Maybrier hit a single right up the middle last inning. That one looks a little bit too high. So the count 1-1. Shortstop to the middle infielder, but could not turn the double play on Maybrier. Maybrier showing a little bit of speed going down first base. And also Richard Price breaking up the double play. Any chance of it?
1 out, runner split at first and third. And we'll see Chris Lane, the center fielder, at the plate.
Chris Lane hit it to second base last inning, and second baseman made an error. This time hits a shot right to the shortstop, and the shortstop for Seatown, John Orm, throws it to first baseman Chris Hoshaw for the double play to end the inning. So they stopped the bleeding, but they couldn't stop it soon enough as Bertie's BNC puts up 3 runs in the bottom of the third to extend their lead to 8-4. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Get on up and get on down to Hooters, the place to be for chicken wings. Come grab a beer, the game's on here, and the girl next door, good friends and more. If you can't stop by, get our wings to fly. Hooters makes you happy. Right down the street, it's your neighborhood retreat. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
And we're back, top of the fourth, with Seatown 4, Bertie's BNC 8. Seatown up to bat. They will be starting off with their pitcher, number 15, Brant Newbill, who hit a triple last inning.
Seatown, coming to this tournament from Boise, Idaho, picked up the win earlier this afternoon with a 17-5 run roll victory after 5 innings over this same team. The Seatown Club, sponsored by Mark Mearsman, managed by Chris Hoshaw. Head coach is Kermit Strickland and assistant coach Chris Crawford.
Called strike there. That'll be a ball. Counts 2-1. Just a bit too high. 3-1. And outside. So Brant Newbill will start the inning off with a walk. That'll bring up left fielder Brian Fong.
Fong will step in to the opposite side of the batter's box. A right-handed hitter. The Seatown Ball Club been playing together about 3 years. He got second in the B Division U-Trip last year. They won a major open this year, and they won nationals last year.
In between the shortstop and the middle infielder to center field. That's a base hit for Bring Fong. That'll be his first hit of the evening. That'll make runners at first and second with the DH, Kerry Doran, coming to the plate.
Several victories for this Seatown team coming up to this tournament. They won C's last year, second in the C's, actually a U-Trip. They came in with a Class B Steamboat Triple Crown tournament victory. Lots of wins under this team's belt in its 3 years of existence. Sponsored by Seatown, American Funding, Red Rock, DSSBats, and Easton.
It's a high pop up to right field, and Maybrier was able to settle underneath it. It was too shallow that Newbill was not able to get to third base as Maybrier got the ball in quickly.
So John Molina will come up to bat.
Molina hit a single to right field in the second inning. Punching one out there. It's a line drive up the middle. They're going to hold Newbill at third, so with the bases loaded, Chris Hoshaw, the manager and first baseman, will come up to bat.
Going to have some words there with the pitcher and the middle infielder.
With Seatown still having 2 home runs available, I wouldn't expect anything else than to see Hoshaw try to swing for the fences here for a grand slam. As he does.
Big, deep rip.
They're going to send Newbill. He's going to make it in time, which will cut the lead 8-5. Bertie's B&C in the lead. But Hoshaw swung for the fences, but all he had behind it was a little bit of warning track power.
Two outs now for Seatown.
Chris Breer lined out to the third baseman last inning. Second baseman not able to get to it. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs are going to score. As Bring Fong and John Molina both score, and that'll tie the game.
Yeah, Fong and Molina both were able to round and come across the plate, being told to go by the third base coach.
Nice clutch hit by Chris Breer, the middle infielder, a double in the gap. A great play by middle infielder for Bertie's, Kylie Vaughn, but Ryan Barobe, too much speed, able to beat the throw, and is safe at first.
Yeah, it was a close one right there, but it looked like the right call. The runner tagged just before the ball hit the glove, and even if it was a little closer, the tie would go to the runner. So a good call there by the officials.
John Oram comes up. He has a home run in the first inning. He swings for the fences. This is going to be a shallow fly ball. Shortstop getting underneath of it. And with 2 runners on, the shortstop for Bertie's, B&C, Chad Riggs, able to settle underneath it to get the 3rd out. So in the middle of the 4th, Bertie's B&C still has the lead, 8-7. We'll be back.
Softball is such a great sport to be involved in.
Jenny Finch, future Olympian for the ASA.
I started playing softball at the age of 5. Every weekend I played 8 to 10 games, and ASA allowed me to develop my skills through those games. If you want to be a future Olympian, you need to play in the ASA softball program, the national governing body of softball in the United States.
ASA Softball, the game America plays.
Coming back for the bottom of the 4th inning as Seatown takes the field. They have a 1-run lead, 8-7. Seatown out in the field as Bertie's comes to the plate with that 1-run lead. Up the plate for Bertie's is going to be the 9-hole batter shortstop, number 5, Chad Riggs. Gotta make sure all the officials get in place before we are ready to pitch. Everybody's set, and the pitcher for Seatown, Brent Newbill, sends the first one in, and it's going to be swung and hit, but popped out to the center fielder of Seatown, Mike Bolin. Bolin makes that catch and sends it in with 1 out. Now it's Kylie Vaughn, the number 2 middle infielder. Stepping into the box, Newbill with his 2nd pitch of the inning. And that one is called a strike as Vaughn walked up to the plate and then stepped back. That one's going to be a ball. 1-1's the count for Vaughn.
If you remember last time Vaughn was up, he's a slap hitter. He likes to just place the ball. Right there, he shows a little bit of power, showing his speed. He rounds first. He's going to second, and he'll be safe. So a nice hit by Kylie Vaughn down the third base line, and then outruns everyone to second base.
Yeah, great job of showing his speed there. As soon as he made contact, the bat was dropped, and he was speeding down the line, rounded first as he knew it went past the third baseman. Already had second base on his mind after he hit it and came real close. And now he's stepping off the bag and showing Caffey where to hit the ball.
That's deep right field. Off the top of the wall. Vaughn's going to score from second. That'll make the score. Bertie's B&C 9, Seatown 7. It's actually a good thing. I thought that Caffey was going to drop a bomb there, but it saves a home run for them, and a run still scores.
Great job of not going over the fence and reserving that spot for you to hit a home run if it comes in to play later and if it's needed, as they have a 2-run lead right now, because they are limited on how many home runs they can hit. There's a line drive right between the first and second baseman, and it goes through the right fielder's gloves all the way back to the wall. They're going to round the bases. We're going to see 2 more runs come in as Caffey comes across the plate along with Ty Porter.
Yeah, Ty Porter coming in for Micah Five-Ash there. Was able to hit pretty much what would have counted to a single, but right fielder for Seatown, Ryan Barobi, right through his legs. Not something you see every day, but right through his legs, and Porter able to show some speed inside the park, home run.
2 more runs added on the score, makes it 11-7. Strike comes across the plate from Newbill. watches that strike come by. It is Troy Autry at the plate, who already has a home run under his belt for this game.
Also has a triple. And right here he hits a single. Now all he needs is a double, and he hits for the cycle.
And it's only the fourth inning. He still has 2 or 3 at-bats. They lost the first game, got run ruled 17-5, and now they come back and they have a 4-run lead here in the fourth.
Every time DeMond Thomas is up, he swings a big stick, this time right into center field. Autry rounding second, going to third.
Mike Bolin had trouble handling that one off the ground, and that allowed Autry to easily take third, but still held Thomas up at first.
So with runners on first and third, that'll bring up number 26, the left fielder, Chad Daniels.
Now we're going to have a timeout called by one of the coaches of Seatown, and we could possibly see a new pitcher as the infield comes in to speak with Newbill.
Right now with only 1 out, and they're at the top of the order for Bertie's B&C. They're in a lot of trouble. They need Bertie's B&C to make some mistakes because their top of their lineup is hitting pretty well right now, placing the ball wherever they want to.
It's the head coach, Kermit Strickland, that walks out and has a word with Newbill. We're going to continue to play here, though, in the bottom of the fourth, and there's another rip to center field, bringing in 2 more runs on the double. Autry and Thomas both come around and score. Daniels gets the double. Only 1 out, and we'll see Fred Ditto at the plate.
Chad Daniels now has 2 doubles on the day, in back-to-back innings, the third and the fourth. Right back up the middle, number 9, Fred Ditto. Daniels rounding third, and he scores, and Ditto will take second on the throwing error.
Yeah, it seems like Seatown, after picking up a big win in their first game, comes in maybe a little big-headed, maybe not, but they come in, and now that they are down with half the points, it's 14-7. Their spirits are definitely down, and it's showing in their play.
Now up to bats, number 23, catcher Richard Price. He already has a home run for the day. Led off the second inning with a home run. Grounds it to the middle infielder, Chris Breer, and records a second out.
Great job right there by Breer to get it over to the first baseman, Chris Hoshaw.
So after recording the first out of the inning, Chad Riggs, Bertie's B&C has done nothing but score runs until that last out. So with 2 outs, Wally Maybrier, the right fielder, is up to bat. That's gone.
There's a big rip into left field, possibly over the wall, and there it goes. Another home run for Bertie's. And Maybrier will round the bags and be greeted at home plate.
Left his bat, and the only words that came out of my mouth were, "That's gone." I didn't want to say it too loud. I wasn't too sure, but it was high enough. It was long enough, and there was no doubt about it. A 2-run shot for Wally Maybrier, the right fielder. Another line drive, left field, and we've got back-to-back home runs. Number 34, Chris Lane, and that will be their 4th home run of the game.
I think that is going to be it for their home runs. 4 home runs, all that's allowed, so no more, or they will be an out.
So the man that started it all off, number 5, grounded out or flew out to right center, Chad Riggs, is up to bat again here in the 4th inning.
If this one's gone, it's good news for Seatown, and it is, and that's going to be out number 3.
Chad Riggs is right now cursing Chris Lane, going, why did you hit one right before me? It was my turn.
3 home runs over the wall back to back to back, so we'll probably see a new pitcher next time we see Seatown take the field as they'll come in, hit the bats, and try to make up some of these runs as they trail 17-7. We'll be back with the 5th inning action right after this.
USA Softball head coach Mike Candrea wants to make you a better hitter with the USA Softball Instructional Series from the ASA, the national governing body of softball. Coach Candrea is your personal hitting instructor as he guides you through the fundamentals, from mental preparation, stance, and loading, through the stride and swing.
Enjoy this video. It is designed to help you become the hitter that you've always wanted to be.
Pitching and fielding videos are also available. To order, visit softballoutlet.com or call 1-800-654-8337.
Fifth inning. We've got 4 down, 3 remain, but it's a 10-run ball game. Seatown up at the plate. They need to close this gap a bit as they had a 12-point run rule victory after 5 innings earlier today.
Leading off for Seatown is number 10, the center fielder Mike Bolin, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Two pop-outs to center field. This one's hit high and deep, and I think it hits the flagpole. That's a solo shot for Mike Bolin.
Well, it's 1 run, but probably not the best way to get it, as that eliminates one more home run that they could have later, and there was no one else on base to take advantage of the points.
Right after him, Dan Van Dazzle in the first inning. He already has a home run. And with only 1 left, Seatown probably needs to utilize it wisely, as the score now is 17-8. That's hit high and deep to right center field. And there goes their home run. It's Dan Van Dazzle's 2nd home run of the game. That'll cut the lead 17-9, so it'll be an 8-run game, no outs. In the top of the 5th, 2 quick runs for Seatown.
That's going to be it for their home run. So any more home runs hit this ball game are going to be outs for either team, as Sam Lopez will come up to the plate, the third baseman for Seatown.
He is 0-2 on the day. Popped out to right, and then on the 3rd inning, flew out to left. It's a shot, deep hit. That's going to be gone. Oh, off the top of the wall. I spoke too soon. And that'll be a double.
Lopez will come around and slide into second. Lucky he didn't have another foot or two on that one because it would have been an out, but instead he gets the double off the wall.
He's a professional. He knows what he's doing. He knew exactly how far he needed to hit it.
And here comes the pitcher, Brent Newbill, who he will rip one to left field. It's probably going to be caught. It is, and we're going to see a race for third.
That's a great play by left fielder Chad Daniels. Catches it, turns, and was able to make the throw on the fly to third baseman Damon Thomas. But Sam Lopez a little too quick to get there, so now with 1 out, bring Fong, the left fielder for Seatown, up to bat.
Damon Thomas was very casual on that last throw. Now Fong will rip one foul to the right side of the field. Thomas was standing there at third waiting on the throwback. Didn't look like he even realized that Lopez was going to be taking third, and was almost still made the tag. Fong now with 1 ball, 1 strike, stands in the box. Another ball, 2-1 count. Swings it to the right field. It looks fair.
Maybrier can't make the catch on the right field line. And they're calling it a foul ball.
Confusion here. It looked like it was called fair at first and then foul. So we'll see the Blues' decision. Two different officials calling two different calls.
I think Seatown's coach or manager or head coach Kermit Strickland is saying that Maybrier touched the ball while in fair territory and dropped it in foul, which would make it a fair ball. Umps are deciding, saying he touched it in foul territory and dropped it, so it's a foul ball.
So Lopez will go back to third. And Fong back to the batter's box with 2 strikes now. Both of those foul balls to the right side. One of them was obviously foul into the grandstands. That one right on the line. Could go either way.
And it looks like Brian is trying to go to right field as he's slapping the ball that way. Back to right center field. That's deep. And a nice catch by center fielder. Lopez will tag at third and score. But a great catch by center fielder Chris Lane.
Yeah, Lane backed up and caught it right before it hit the wall. They have an advantage here now, knowing that they can let it go over the wall and not have to worry about a home run. But when they're back, it's hard to tell whether it's going to go over or not. So they did a great job of staying with it, following it, and making the catch.
Pitch inside for a ball. As number 4, Kerry Doran, the DH, at the plate. He is 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out to third and a pop fly to right field. Looks down the middle, and it's a strike. 1-1 count.
That one goes right by the glove of the shortstop, Chad Riggs, and goes out to left field, and it'll be picked up by Chad Daniels, allowing Doran to get to second. A double off that shot right past the shortstop.
With Riggs playing as deep as he is and Doran being as fast as he is, Riggs was trying to make the run in, catch it, and the throw. Quit looking at the ball, and it went right underneath his glove.
With Doran on, Molina gets to come up to the plate. Now it's a 1-1 count as the balls come across quick.
With 2 outs, Bertie's was that a slap bunt, or did he just...
He looked like he swatted it down to the ground trying to advance Doran over to third. The defense is so far back, third baseman, shortstop. They're all playing off on the grass, so as long as he can get it by the pitcher, something like that is going to be effective. And there it was as he got to first and Doran advanced to third. 2 outs, runners on first and third with Chris Hoshaw at the plate.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. That looked like a bunt to me, but it looked like he took a full swing bunt, hit on the inside of the bat. No one had a chance as he was able to make it to first before anyone even touched the ball. Right down the pipe. They're going to call it a ball, though. Line drive to left field. Daniels all over it. I'll record the third out. So Seatown able to get 3 runs on the board, 2 home runs, and Lopez was able to run the bases, cut the lead to 17-9, 17-11, 17-10 actually. And we will head to a break.
Get on up and get on down to Hooters, place to be for chicken wings. Come grab a beer, the game's on here, and the girl next door, good friends and more. If you can't stop by, get our wings to fly. Hooters makes you happy. Right down the street, it's your neighborhood retreat. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City and Hall of Fame Stadium, where Seatown is in a hole. They're down 17-10 to Bertie's BNC. Up to bat right now, the middle infielder, Kylie Vaughn.
Seatown needs to hold them to less than 5 runs, or that will be the ball game here in just 5 innings. They don't want to allow any as they hold Vaughn and keep him off the bases. They get the out there at first.
Now up to bat, number 99, the pitcher, Elton Caffey. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single.
Newbill will send the ball in, and it's going to be ball 1. Doesn't want a big hit from Caffey. Strike 1. Caffey a big boy, and they don't want to see one go over the fence.
That's a line drive all the way to the wall. 1 hop to the wall. You do not want to get in Caffey's way right now as he rumbles into second base. A nice little double for the pitcher, Elton Caffey.
Caffey did a great job of withholding some of that strength because he could easily send it over the wall, but creating that home run would have been an out as they've already got their 4 allotted homers, so keeps it in the park and gets the double, bringing up number 3, Ty Porter.
And last time Porter was up, he hit the inside the park home run that was an error against the right fielder. And we're getting a pinch runner for Elton Caffey.
Number 8, Michael Bradley.
I don't know. I kind of like Elton Caffey, the way he rumbled through for that double there. That's someone I might want to keep on the base paths.
You got Gary and Martin as the first base coach for Birdies. Surprising to have Newbill staying there at the pitching position after the troubles from the last inning, allowing 9 runs to come in. Now the plate official is having a word with the first base coach, Gary and Martin, who is also the head coach.
Right now, Seatown just needs to play some solid defense. Obviously, Bertie's BNC is going to hit the ball and hit it hard, but if Seatown's able to make a play on it and get an out, they need to. No mistakes this inning, as they are close to being run ruled. But outside for ball 1. Ripped down the third base line, but just foul. Porter already back in the box, wanting to hit the ball again.
He's ready for the pitch to come across. He wants to get that slap inside the foul lines, because they would like revenge after being run-ruled the first game. It'd be nice to come back and turn around and do it to your opponent.
Too far inside for ball 2. 2-1 count with 1 out.
Again, with this Class B, along with Class C and the 2 women's classes, they're doing best out of 5. So the first team that wins 3 games is your champion.
Now up to bat, number 25, Troy Autry. If he hits a double here, I don't want to jinx him, but if he hits a double, he will have hit for the cycle today. He is 3 for 3 right now with a 2-run homer, a triple, and a single.
Watches that one coming. Bounce off the plate, but it's called a strike. There's a rip to right field, and probably going to have to settle for the single as they get the ball in to Chris Breer, the middle infielder. But 1 run does score. That'd be Michael Bradley, who came in for Elton Caffey.
Now up, number 15, the third baseman, Damon Thomas. He rips it to right field. And that's going to be just foul.
Making sure that the right fielder for Seatown, Ryan Barobe, stays over there on that line. Lots of rips from this Bertie's team over to the right side. They picked up their Class B East National Championship in Orlando, allowing them to come here to Oklahoma City. And they're from Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
Mon Thomas ripping that ball. Left fielder for Seatown. Brian Fong not able to control it. And Porter able to run home from second. Add another run to Bertie's B and C, who now have the lead, 19-10.
I believe it's a 12-run rule. So if we see an inside the park homer or a double or triple here, it could close the gap. It's coming close. Pops it and finds a gap in the right center. One more run's going to score. Thomas is going to come into third. And now it is a 10-point game with runners on first and third. The winning run coming up to the plate.
I like that from Chad Daniels. He pretty much just stuck his bat out and popped it over the second baseman's head. And right now Seatown's got to be a little distraught. Bertie's B and C, 20 runs, 24 hits, only one error, whereas Seatown, 10 runs, 14 hits, 4 errors. That's not a good sign as a head coach, Kermit Strickland goes out to the mound, probably has a talk with the team, lets them know the situation they're in. They probably all know it already. But at the same time, he's not too happy with the team, letting them know his frustration to their face.
Yeah, they pick up the big victory early, come back and make some errors, and they'll probably have to come back and fight through and win 2 games tomorrow.
Now up to bat, number 9, the second baseman, Fred Ditto, who is 2 of 3 on the night.
Correction, it's not Ditto at the plate that's a winning run. It's the runner on first, as we've got runners on both first and third, and they already lead by 10 as Ditto will hit one foul to the right side.
So Chad Daniels, the man on first, is the winning run. Just a bit outside for ball 2. Count now 2-1 with 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. Hot shot to shortstop. The 6-10-3 double play to get out of the inning and save themselves from being run ruled. Nice play by the shortstop to the middle infielder to the first baseman. So after 5, Seatown down by 10 to Bertie's CNC.
I started playing ASA when I was 12 years old. ASA gave, I think, all of us an avenue to play growing up and gave us places to excel. Lots of games, the best competition, great coaching. So it's kind of been an avenue for all of us to grow as players.
And giving me the chance to prepare at a high level.
ASA was crucial in my career as far as building myself as an athlete, and I think my teammates also.
Get your start in a sport that lasts a lifetime. Play ASA.
Chris Breer is going to be coming up.
Chris Breer on the day is 1 for 2 with a double and lined out to left field, back-to-back in the 3rd and 4th innings. And right now, Seatown needs to score some runs to try to get back into this ball game after run ruling Bertie's B and C earlier today. Bertie's B and C, a little bit of revenge on their mind maybe. Up by 10 in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, Breer did a great job of being involved in that double play to get the out and keep him in the ball game, and now he's up the plate.
And he looks at the first one right down the middle. Line drive in the gap to left center. Center fielder able to get on it, but Breer showing some speed, able to leg out a double there.
Rounds first. Vaughn's going to hang on to the ball for a minute and see what Breer does before he tosses it over to Caffey. And now we're at the top of the lineup with number 9, Ryan Barobe, the right fielder, who is a lefty.
He's 2 for 3 on the night with a single and a triple. He grounded out to shortstop in the very first inning.
Big hit to the first baseman and almost caught. There at first base, it's Troy Autry. It hit his glove and then popped up and hit the ground before he could find where it was at and wasn't able to tag his bag. So we'll have runners on first and second.
A nice snag by Porter, not able to get out of his glove. And the safe everywhere. Porter made the diving grab, trying to flick it to the middle infielder, Kylie Vaughn, but was not able to get it out in time as Ryan Barobe was able to beat the throw into second base.
And I'd like to make a correction on that last play. The first baseman and catcher have switched positions, so you've got Troy Autry behind the plate now, and at first base, it's the former catcher, number 23, Richard Price.
So with the bases loaded, center fielder number 10, Mike Bolin, comes up to the plate. And right now, Seatown is wishing that they had saved a home run for this occasion.
And again, they have to adjust that bag at second. Some dirt getting in the hole where the base is supposed to sit, and it's a little wobbly, not sitting on the ground properly. So they dig out some of that sand to make sure that it will be level. Still having some issues there. See, officials will dig out the dirt.
For those of you listening online, here in the Oklahoma City area, we still have 2 games left tonight, and the 2 games are going to be hot ones here. Class A will start tonight. The winners of the first 4 games will be competing against each other here at Hall of Fame Stadium in the main field. Those games will start.
One of them at 7:30 and the other at 9.
So if you're in the Oklahoma City area listening to us right now, it is free to get in. Come join us, Hall of Fame Stadium, right next to Remington Park on Northwest 50th in North Oklahoma City. So with the bases loaded and second base finally fixed, Mike Bolin, the center fielder, will be up to bat. Looks down the strike. No outs on the board. Count 0-1. That's hit deep to right field. Maybrier back. One run's gonna score.
Nice stop by the third baseman,
DeMond Thomas. That was a great stop by him. But 1 run does come home. Chris Breer able to tag from third and get home. All the runners advance. So with runners on second and third, number 25, the catcher, with 2 home runs on the day, Dan Van Dale. Nice play by the shortstop Porter, checking the runner at third. Ryan Barobe to record the second out.
Richard Price there at first will make the snag and get the out.
And that'll bring up number 3, the third baseman, Sam Lopez.
Stopped by Ditto.
And they stopped the bleeding while only giving up 1 run. So with the bases loaded, Seatown's not able to capitalize, only getting 1 run out of the deal. So Bertie's B&C has the lead going into the bottom of the 6th, 2011. You're watching men's slow pitch softball Class B here on ASAsoftball.com.
started playing ASA when I was 12 years old. ASA gave, I think, all of us an avenue to play growing up and gave us places to excel. Lots of games, the best competition, great coaching, so it's kind of been an avenue for all of us to grow as players.
And giving me the chance to prepare at a high level.
ASA was crucial in my career as far as building myself as an athlete, and I think my teammates also.
Get your start in a sport that lasts a lifetime. Play ASA.
Bottom of the sixth now, as Richard Price, who has come in at the first base slot, is holding the bat, taking the third pitch there with a 2-1 count now. 3 runs would create a run rule, but that's going to be an out.
A nice play by shortstop John Oram. Didn't have to move much, but it was pretty hot. Was able to make the catch and make the throw to first baseman Chris Hoshaw.
Hoshaw was able to stand his ground, make the catch, and get the out.
And that'll bring up number 44 right fielder Wally Maybrier, who is 2 for 3 on the day with a single and a home run. That's hit deep to right field. But the right fielder for Seatown, Brian Burrow, able to track it down for the second out.
So quick, 2 up, 2 down, bringing up Chris Lane, the center fielder.
Chris Lane is 2 for 3 as well. He pops this one up to shallow right field. Right fielder underneath it. And it's 3 up, 3 down. So Seatown able to not give up a run, still down by 9. 20-11. They have 1 inning left to score 9 runs. We'll be back in a moment.
Softball is such a great sport to be involved in.
Jenny Finch, future Olympian for the ASA.
I started playing softball at the age of 5. Every weekend I played 8 to 10 games, and ASA allowed me to develop my skills through those games. If you want to be a future Olympian, you need to play in the ASA softball program, the national governing body of softball in the United States.
ASA Softball, the game America plays.
Still a flicker of hope for the Seatown team, sponsored by American Funding, Red Rock, DSSBats, and Easton. Also, Mark Mearson has sponsored this team. They come in to bat, trailing by 11 runs in the top of the last inning. Make that 9 runs they're trailing by. They need those 9 to hang on and have a chance at going into extra innings.
Brant Newbill, the pitcher, is going to start it off. So pretty much every person on this team is going to have to score, and it's going to have to come back around with no outs to Brant Newbill. So he needs to start this off with a positive note if they want to get those 9 runs. Looks down, strike 1.
Didn't do too shabby in the top half of this inning, or the bottom half of the last inning, as he got some pitches and had a great defense to get the outs. And there he gets a drive to right field and picks up the base hit.
So Seatown starting off on the right note with a single from the pitcher, Brant Newbill. Now we'll go to the next hitter, number 13, left fielder Brian Fong. And Brian Fong's not having exactly a great day for softball stats. He is 1 for 3 with a single on the day.
Actually, we've got a change in the lineup. Fong will step out, and we'll have a substitute in. It's going to be number 17, Tim Pemberton, and he will sub in to bat. Base runners is what we need. We've got 1. We'll see what Pemberton can do. And
that was nice by Kylie Vaughn. Kylie Vaughn gets the ball, runs down Brant Newbill, tags him, tosses the ball behind his back and almost gets the pinch hitter with the nice double play there.
Does make one out. Makes a play. Seemed just a little bit selfish, though, by Vaughn there. So he could have turned around and flipped it to the second baseman and possibly turned that double play a lot easier. But he made the tag and got one out. As they had that 9-run lead, one out is certainly going to help them.
We got a 1-1 count on number 1, John Molina. Number 4, Kerry Doran, the DH. He will fly out to center field, which will make the second out. So Bertie's B&C is only 1 out away from taking home a victory and a 1-1 tie with Seatown on the day.
And Chris Lane made that catch out in center field for out number 2 as number 1 comes out. John Molina, the second baseman, the last chance to hang on.
And John Molina, as he watches the ball go by, is 3 for 3 on the day with 3 singles and 1 run scored. And you can chalk another one up. As it goes through his legs, it goes through left fielder Chad Daniels' legs, and John Molina able to leg out a triple on that, which probably would have been a double. That's a base error right there for left fielder Chad Daniels.
That brings Pemberton in, so close the gap just a little bit, making it a 12-20 ball game. And another base runner on third. At the plate, it's going to be number 34, Chris Hoshaw, the first baseman.
Hoshaw is 0 for 3 on the day.
Gets a rip to right center, and it's going to fall in a gap, bringing in one more run. It's now a 7-point ball game as Hoshaw will stay on first. And now Strickland's going to come in and make a change. We're going to bring Hoshaw out and have a pinch runner. I believe that's going to be Mike Ford, number 18, coming in to run for Hoshaw.
Number 2, the middle infielder, Chris Breer, up to bat now. He is 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. If he hits another double, that would score one more run and cut the deficit to 6 runs. Right now down 20-13 in the top of the 7th.
Waiting to see what happens here as a strike comes across. This could be the final batter of the ball game. Strike 2 for Breer.
Breer steps up in an 0-2 hole here.
That one goes outside. They were looking for Breer to swing at it. So a 2-1 count. 2-1 is what the scoreboard says. We've seen the umpire call 2 strikes in 1 ball. They're clarifying the...
It should be a 1-2 count right now, and I think the PA announcers up here have it just a bit off. Should be a 1-2 count.
There's going to be a swing. It goes back to Elton Caffey, the pitcher, and he wasn't able to hang on to it. And Breer is going to get his bag. Still a chance.
So
2 outs.
2 men on. That'll bring up the right fielder, Ryan Barobe, who is 3 for 4 on the day. 3 singles. Or 2 singles and 1 triple. The lefty. All Seatown needs. And Porter, all he needed to do was grab that, flick it to second base, and the game's over. Excuse me. Chad Riggs, all he needed to do was flick that to the second baseman, and the game's over. Just a mental mistake. Now the bases are loaded for number 12, the shortstop, John Oram. Bertie's BNC trying to make this game a little more interesting than it is.
You'd like to see a home run here, but you know that over the wall will not work. And Vaughn's going to take the line drive and toss it over to Ditto for the out at second, and that's going to be the ball game. 13-20. Bertie's BNC comes back to even out today's score. 1-1 for these two teams. It's the best out of 5. They've got 3 games scheduled tomorrow to see who will take home the national title. Both of them have a title already, one in East, one for West, and now it's determined who will take it all.